Once upon a time, I called this island home. For years, I lived and explored this little slice of Canada, hiking through the mountains, swimming in the rivers, camping in the forests, and now I've returned for what might be the last time. It may be my last trip to this beautiful place, but I have a feeling that it's going to be a trip that I won't forget.
So you ready for the water?
I don't know. I'm not sure how cold it's gonna be. I feel like I should be used to the cold living in Scandinavia, but the real question is, are you coming in the water with me?
Not today.
Aren't you the Viking? You hear the loon?
Yeah.
Taking a dip in cold lakes and rivers isn't something that comes naturally to me. It's not really a part of the culture that I grew up with, just something that I've adopted since moving to Scandinavia. Plus, I always feel cold, so it takes a little convincing myself that I actually want to do this. But I always feel so invigorated, so alive afterwards, that it's worth the initial shock of the frigid water.
Just in case you didn't know.
Is it a good vegan cheesy or a bad vegan cheesy?
It's very low-key.
Low-key?
It's not
mild?
It's not like you get punched in the face with cheese.
Is this like back in the day when people didn't have phones and they'd sit on the toilet, they'd just have to read the back of the shampoo bottle?
Yes.
Is this what you're resorting to now because we have no service out here?
I'm also taking a shit right now.
Lucas, I'm filming! Night comes along and I'm reminded of one of the things I used to love about living here. The comfort of looking up at the sky and seeing the same constellations in their usual place, rarely changing. That's one of the strange things about having been away from here for so long. Everything seems to stay the same when I feel like I've changed so much. But seeing the familiar landmarks as we drive along and showing Lukas the beautiful places that I used to live, the places that I loved visiting in the past, it feels cathartic. I have so many memories here, and coming back to visit these places feels healing in a way. As if this place was still an open chapter in my life, and now I get the chance to gently close it.
You like our new spot?
Yeah, it's beautiful here. So peaceful. I wish we had a canoe or a kayak or something, but at least we can camp here. It's nice.
Yeah. Maybe you can take a log.
A log. I'll just
take a log
with a paddle and a log.
Paddle on a log.
That's a great idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that myself. It'll be so cozy during the storm tomorrow.
How much rice?
I don't know actually. we didn't bring the can opener. What did we find?
Got the can opener.
Both of us had a mini panic there for a second.
I mean, I know you don't do that normally, but I feel like you have to.
Yeah, it's different cooking rice out here. That may be
This, some cherry tomatoes.
beans and rice.
Beans and rice.
You know you have a cutting board right there in front of you.
Stop being so fucking smart. And that's
How
what
is
we call
it?
a delayed reaction. This is perfect. You think this will roll?
No. I thought I had packed less into mine than you did. Evidently that is not true.
Well, this will be fun anyway.
Alright, let's see how it is.
Smells really
good. Before coming back to Canada, I spent many hours mapping out every possible camping spot and hiking trail on the island. I love planning like this, and knowing that once we arrive, we can basically be spontaneous and choose from any spot marked on our map, giving us the freedom to explore and having all of the research figured out beforehand, like how many camping sites there are, if there's any hiking nearby, and fresh water sources like lakes and rivers. And where we ended up today wasn't exactly what we had planned the past few days, but wildfires sweeping through British Columbia led us to find a small campsite on a lake, surrounded by old-growth trees, one of the few areas safe from the spreading fires. So we're in the tent. It started raining. We knew there was a storm gonna come through anyways, but it's so cozy. And also this rain is really needed. Lukas is laying beside me.
Hey.
He's right here. Vancouver Island has been in a drought for so long, and we knew that coming here that there's been this huge risk of wildfires. And so to see rain, usually when I'm camping and there's rain, it's a real bummer, but this time it's not at all. It's actually a huge relief to see it. We moved on from our cozy little campsite and headed north for a part of our travel that I've been waiting years for. We had planned this ocean kayak expedition back before the pandemic, and it's really exciting that we can finally make it a reality. I'm not sure that I've really mentioned this on my channel before, but I have a deep love for our oceans, and I've dedicated my entire adult life to ocean conservation. Lukas and I volunteered with Sea Shepherd for many years, and now we both work for the organization, and our days are taken up with fighting for our oceans and the life within them. And back when I first started ocean activism, I was a volunteer in Taiji, Japan, and throughout the campaign to document the slaughter of dolphins, I watched hundreds of dolphins die before me, trying to find a way to desensitize myself so that I could be their voice and show the world the horrors that happen there. It had, and honestly still has, such a profound effect on my life, and any chance I can take to see whales, dolphins, or any other ocean life alive and thriving in their natural habitat just brings me so much joy. So, heading out in our kayaks to a nearby island in search of the creatures that call the ocean their home is the highlight of the whole trip for me. Do you want me to get the pita to put in the put in the pan?
No,
We're
no.
using the pan for the pita, right?
Yeah, pita.
Yeah, the
It's
pita.
wrapped.
Well, it's gonna be pita.
No. No, that's not how
When
pita
you
works.
toast wraps,
Nope.
it becomes pita.
Definitely not.
Yes, it
that's
does.
not how that works.
I disagree.
Well, you would be wrong.
So are we now toasting the aforementioned pita bread?
Excuse me, what?
Either way, it's going to be toasted and it's going to be delicious.
Yeah, and it won't be pita.
I disagree. Evenings at the camp are cozy and relaxing. It's just our group hanging out together, playing games, and getting to know one another. A few of us have met before, years ago when we joined this very same expedition, and it's so nice to catch up and tell stories together. Sunset is here, right through our yurt window. Lucas, what do you think?
Oh, lovely.
Isn't it? Neither of us expected it would be this nice.
No.
Day fades to night as we watch the sun set and then rise again the next morning. We had hoped to paddle out in search of wildlife today, but the weather has different plans, with winds that are too strong to be out on the water in. Instead, we take the opportunity to explore the island, hiking between old-growth trees in hopes of finding the little cabin that was, until recently, inhabited by one of the founding members of Greenpeace, a man named Walrus Oakenbough. He spent the majority of his life amongst the trees here, shaping the purpose of this island that's also home to Orca Lab, where they monitor the resident orcas and help with conserving their habitat. We also tread lightly, knowing that this land is the territory of the Kwakiutl people, and it's because of their generosity that we can camp here and experience the nature that Hansen Island has to offer.
Okay, you ready to go?
Yeah, I so hope we see whales out there today. It'd be so nice. Our time on the little coast island comes to a close, and I'd be lying if I said that I'm not a little bummed out by how little wildlife we've seen so far. But sometimes that's just the way it is, so we head out in our kayaks early and try our best to enjoy the nature that we do have around us. And just when we least expect it, after seeing one lone sea lion, something magical happens. This made it all worth it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Seeing orcas close up again feels like the perfect ending to this expedition. But then we see movement in the water and get another surprise that none of us could have ever prepared for.
Right underneath us there.
Are you good? Are you filming with the GoPro?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Usually you can see about 1 in 10. Okay, so I wasn't planning on filming today. I just haven't showered in days, all salty, a big pimple on my chin, and I thought, we're coming back from the kayak trip and we're just not gonna see anything. You don't always see dolphins and whales when, it's not like you can see them on demand. You can't call for them. And I had resigned myself to that. But this trip back, I have goosebumps. I just saw the footage that Lukas got underwater with the dolphins swimming. It's just, that is the most incredible moment, I think, of my entire life. A pod of 300 dolphins feeding around us, jumping in front of the kayaks, under the kayaks. It was just absolutely amazing. And I just can't believe this happened. It is the perfect end to the trip.